In today's fast-changing world of work, the once clear path from a university degree to a secure job is being questioned. Employers are increasingly shifting focus from what you studied to what you can do and how well you can do it. This evolution signals a major transformation in the employment landscape. Skills are now rivals and sometimes surpasses degrees. Welcome to this episode of Dateline here on Housing TV Africa. I am Dorcas Chair, and this is that program that brings to you trending and very crucial matters in our society. Today, we are going to be looking at skills versus degree, the new employment reality. And we have someone here in the studio who is going to be shedding more light on this, looking at how the society has changed when it comes to what we used to know as regards certificates, and now we are looking at the side of certificates. But before I talk so much and let the cat out of the bag, let's go on a short break, and when we return, the program will kickstart. Once again, I am Dorcas Chia.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts on Facebook, Housing TV Africa, on Twitter, Housing TV Africa, Instagram, Housing TV Africa. Join the conversation and keep up with latest housing updates.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Dateline here on Housing TV Africa, and like every other day, we are here with a new topic that is very crucial to the society, something fresh and hopes to be educating. We are going to be looking at skills versus degree, the new employment reality. We can all attest to the fact that there has been a shift and a change in the employment landscape, and the whole space and a lot of things are not what we used to know or what we used to hear back then. The world is evolving, technology is taking over, and even the employment space is also changing. We are going to be looking at this on a whole, and also the fact that do our degrees still matter, or we're looking at our skills this time around. Before I, just like I said earlier, before I talk too much, our guest is already seated here in the studio with us, and he is a life coach and an entrepreneur. His name is David Telta. It's good to have you in the studio.
Thank you, Mr.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, how's your day been so far?
It has been great so far.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
thank you.
All right. So, just like I have said, technology is taking over. The world is evolving. AI has come, is coming, and it's coming to stay. A lot of things are changing, and so is the employment space. And then back in the days, we used to see things that what you study is what you actually get, what you get to do in the society. Even if you studied zoology, you get to work in the zoo. Those opportunities were there and everything. But now the world is changing, and we're beginning to see that it's not what you studied that you actually do. We are beginning to see science students work in banks. We are beginning to see bankers, you know, let's just say maybe only the medical space is not really affected that much, but people are not looking at the degrees and the certificates anymore, but what exactly you can do. I want you to talk about this particular change and maybe why this is coming to take place. Is the whole employment space is shifting at this particular point.
Okay, thank you. Okay, in recent times there has been a massive, evolving or evolution, I would say, of skills taking over degrees, certifications, because currently with what we have is you can have your degree certification and then yet not be able to perform, and obviously as an employer, you will not like to employ somebody that will not perform for you. Do you understand? Yeah, so you rather go for somebody that has the technical know-how about it, that knows how to do the thing. It's not just, okay, well, who are you? Yeah, I studied this, I have this bachelor's degree, I have this, but okay, do the thing for us, and you can't actually do it. So I think employers have now shifted from just your certification to what can you actually do. Yeah, for example, I studied environmental biology.
Okay.
Yeah, but I am not doing anything in biology right now. I'm into tech. Yes, so I'm into tech, and what I do is is not even associated with what I studied. Because I remember when I applied, I work remotely and I do a lot of freelancing. So what our employers will ask us is, okay, send in your portfolio. What have you done? We want to see your work. For example, I do video editing.
Wow.
And I'm into web development. So they will ask me, okay, send us the list of websites you've worked on, send us your videos, your portfolio, let's see what you can do. And from there, if you're good to go with it, they don't care what your certification is. If you can deliver, you have the job. Yeah, so I think it's shifting. I think recently I saw a tweet of Elon Musk trying to say, if you know you are good with I think is it programming, he said you should apply. He doesn't care about your degree, but if you are good with what you can, you know you are good with programming, just apply, send in your works.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have two questions for you. Looking at this, because nowadays we see things that are, let me say, not really being studied in the university that much. We see skills, digital skills, people are getting to learn it all, you know, just by the side after coming out from school and all that. And I begin to ask myself, where did these things spring out from? You know, these courses are they not found in the university so that someone can go and get a 4-year degree? You know, you come out and you do that for a year or even 3 months. I want you to talk about that, and also the fact that while looking at the why of the whole shift, some people would like to attribute it to the fact that the employment opportunities are not there. Like I said earlier, then if you studied zoology, let me take for instance, you could be able to work in the zoo. But right now, if you study that particular course, it's not really something that is very profitable. You have to find a way to put it, and you know, put it into place in the society. So someone might attribute it, some people might attribute it to the fact that the opportunities are not there. Would you also agree that, okay, these employment opportunities are not there in the society? That is why people are beginning to bank on what they can do.
Okay. There are opportunities out there. There are jobs out there. Just that we have only few people that are qualified for those jobs. I don't know if you understand. Yeah, it's not that there are no jobs. There are jobs, but then how many people are competent enough for that jobs, for those roles? Do you understand? So you might study, let's say agriculture. Do you get? And then you only stay there. You refuse to develop yourself. People are learning AI, digital marketing, web development. You're not doing anything, and you want to work in Federal Ministry of Agri. Do you understand? That place, maybe a lot of people. Do you know how many thousands of people graduate on a yearly basis? Like a lot of people graduate from the university, and then every university has a department of agriculture, and people will go to apply there. But then if you develop yourself, like for me, I didn't just stay with what I studied. I went and take courses. You know, you can take courses so that you'll be able, you should know what is happening, where is the world heading to. Do you understand? The world is heading towards tech, AI, so you should go and start getting certifications there. Recently somebody got a gig, and we told the person to apply. They asked the person, it's almost $1,000 gig, you understand, per month, but then he does not have the qualification for it. So it's not that there are no jobs. There are jobs, but the people are not ready for the jobs, or the people are not competent enough for those jobs, for those roles. And then was the second question. He said, why the change?
Yes.
Okay, the change is because the world is evolving. The world is changing. Yeah, like somebody was telling me, he said it is not certification, he said it's certificate. What can you do? We don't okay, yes, you went to school, what can you actually do? Do you understand? So people must understand. I went to a federal school in Nigeria here, so I understand. We were like 2,500 in our department, so there's no how you tell me you will learn everything. Do you understand? So if you pass through that system, you must be able to go and build yourself, to be able to understand what you even study. To be like, for me, if you take me to the aspect of biology, environmental biology, I have just maybe little knowledge because I just did it in school. I have not practiced anything there, so I had to shift my mind to tech. But now if you call me to tech, I would be able to do a lot of things for you there. So there's the why is the world is changing. You cannot just stay with what you studied, unless if you study maybe computer science, computer engineering, cyber security. These are relevant fields. You understand? You are good to go. But then in this time you are studying botany, zoology, like me, environmental biology is
Okay,
is not
well,
funny.
from what you said right now, and you have constantly reiterated the fact that the world is changing, everything is evolving. So, would you be in support that, okay, maybe the university system should, take a lead from the employment space? The world is evolving. Why don't we remove these courses that seem very moribund or not really efficient, and bring in these other courses that are beginning to, make waves in the society? Things like data analysis, digital marketing. Bring it into the system, in order to, boost the whole thing. Would you be in support of that?
Okay. Yeah, let me say this, because it's not like these courses are not relevant. Do you get? But we need to, I think what the government should do is they should integrate tech into it.
Okay.
Yes, whatever course you are studying, they should integrate tech and AI into it. I think it's going to make more sense. Do you get? So that we'll begin to bring solutions to problems that we have currently. Let's say you study botany, yeah, or environmental biology or anything. You should be able to bring, okay, how would you be able to bring AI or tech into what you do? Do you understand? I work with a hardware tech company, and I see there's what they call the embedded system. So what they do is, if you are a farmer, you are having maybe an issue with maybe some nutrients in your farm are not working well. So they have a system. They have a system that could dictate what is deficient in your farm, so that they'll be able to, okay, this nutrient is not there, this nutrient, and the system, the software will be able to dictate it. So I think even agriculture is needed, but they should integrate tech and AI to it, and it to actually help
Okay.
people. Yeah.
All right. So we've talked about the fact on how the world is changing and the things that people need to learn. So can you just maybe list some of these things that people need to, apart from tech and all that, any other skills that will be very beneficial for people when it comes to, putting themselves, fitting into the employment space when it comes to looking for a job?
Okay. Well, number one, I think the first should be obviously the tech. Do you understand? Yeah, you can go into computer programming, you can go into web development, you can go into data analysis, you can go into software engineering and everything as well, and AI. Then you can still go into, when people hear tech, they will just feel like maybe it's all about coding. But we have the video editing, we have a lot of stuffs there. Yeah, so you can actually give yourself into some of this. And okay, for example, if you are an accountant, you can move to maybe fintech. Do you understand? Yeah,
Yeah.
fintech will. If you're an accountant, you can actually do all your accounting, whatever you do, on a software. So you should go for maybe fintech and upgrade yourself, so that will be relevant. Because right now, I think, I don't know the figure, but a lot of Nigerians, a lot of young people, a lot of graduates are working remotely. Yeah, so for you to be able to live this cycle, just upgrade yourself. If you are an accountant, go for fintech, so that you'll be able to get something, work with somebody that will pay you well.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay, for you as an entrepreneur right now, because you have the opportunity to, employ people to work for you and in your field and everything. And when employing people, would you agree that maybe degrees should be removed out of the requirements when it comes to, hiring people and all that?
Okay.
Since right now we are looking at the fact that, because degrees still matter, but the way it's looking like degrees will not matter in a few years. So do you think degrees or what you studied should be removed out of job requirements?
Okay. Well, it's a two-way thing. For me, I still believe degree is still necessary,
Okay.
because when you have a degree, it's not totally bad. Number one, you have a communication skill. There are a lot of skills. If you are in the university setting, you meet a lot of people from different, culture, different religion. You'll be able to relate with people. Do you get? And it helps, because I've seen whereby you employ somebody, he knows what he's doing. but he cannot relate with other people. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think degree is still needed, but then it should not be the primary, requirement. And for example, if I for me, I have businesses that I do, and I employ people. I won't ask you for your degree certificate. No, I'll ask you of what can you do.
Okay.
For example, I'm into fishery, so I hatch. So fish, if you can have a first class in fishery and aquaculture and not be able to come and hatch for me and maybe take care of my fingerlings to juvenile to grow out level. So if you can't do that, I don't care what you graduate with, I'm not giving you the job. Yes. So you have to, and somebody who maybe just went for 6 months or a year program with a farm and knows the whereabouts of hatching and everything can know better than you with a first class. So I think it's a two-way thing. If you have the certification, go to the field and master what you study. You should be able to master what you study in practical. Yeah, and even if you don't have a certification, make sure you master the skill, because the gift of a man will always make room for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you talk about mastering the skill, that brings us to the issue of having experience. And one thing young people will always clamor for or quarrel about is the fact that you don't get this experience on the street. You don't pick it up. The opportunities are not there. So when they are saying opportunities are not there, you as a young person who is growing, you even have a fish farm and everything. How would you advise young persons to be able to hone their skills, in as much as the fact that the opportunities are not there? Because actually when you go out for interviews, they're asking you need 5 years experience, and I'm like, I'm just coming out from service, I'm supposed to get it. Yeah.
Okay. Let me use myself as an example. I went to 100 level, I think 2018. Yeah, that was when I got admission 2017. I resumed 2018. So there was a strike that happened. I think 9-month strike. So I just came back home and I went and registered myself in a tech company. That was when I started learning programming, database management, and web development. So from there, that's the experience. When I was done with the course, they retained me. So anytime I go to school and I come back, I just go there. I start working. Although you are not working to
Gain money.
Gain more money. Yeah, because you could design a website that time, and they'll just give you maybe 20% of what the actual gig cost. But then we were still there. So we were having the experience. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So young people should not just wait until they are done with school. If I have passion for maybe let's say agriculture, I should find any agricultural based farm or anything. You understand? I should go and start volunteer. Do you understand? Volunteer, and as you volunteer, you are learning. Anytime you need a job and they ask you for experience, that company can actually say, yeah, we've been with him for 3 years, for 2 years. I think that will also help. Instead of you to just stay until maybe you are done with school and then you just want to go and start getting the experience. Anytime you're on break, you come back from school, you go to that place you want to actually get the knowledge from.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you agree that skill-based hiring has helped to improve performance of people and even retention of staff in a particular organization?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do, because over the couple of years, I've been able to see. Anytime I employ somebody with just certification, people that come out from schools, maybe people with degree certifications, they wear the suits, they know the tie, they look professional.
Yes.
Yeah. So sometimes you tell me about everything. I'm using my own farm as an example. Yeah. So you come, you tell me, okay, you study fishery and aquaculture for 5 years. You know this, you know that. I say, okay, I've given you the employment. You start so day. You start after 3-4 months. I will see that, okay, my farm is going down. Yeah. But then anytime I meet somebody that has been into the system, even if he does not have certification, but has been in the system for 2-3 years, you see, if I employ them, they know how to take care of the fish, how to hatch, take care of the fish, and market. Yeah, you understand. So if for somebody that has first class in agriculture or fishery, you just come into the farm, you don't even know how you sell fish in this Abuja. Yeah, but somebody that has been in the system saves me a lot of stuffs.
Okay.
Yeah, so I still believe skill over
skills over this thing.
degrees.
Okay, I'm of the impression that schools, especially the universities, if you still on the issue of experience, the universities should, inculcate the habit of, grooming students and even young persons right from the university with all those skills. And if you're looking at employability skills, things like communication skills, teamwork, and all that, problem solving skills, I feel yes, all that should start, like they say, charity begins from home, and that particular charity should begin from the university, from the school system. So how do you think the university and or even the school system can be able to balance that and that of the academic work? Because as it is now, it maybe these things have always been there, but it's just now that it's coming to limelight. Everybody is beginning to know more about it, and it's becoming very, very important in every organization.
Okay. Yeah, the school system can be able to balance, the 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 whole stuff in such a way that, yeah, you are there for the knowledge, right? Yeah, there are these skills that you mentioned are, should I say, extra curriculum. You
Yes.
understand? Yeah. So if you teach students what they need to know in that particular field, there should be a system whereby students should be able to learn these other skills.
Very practical.
Yes,
about it.
practical skills. Because if all we do in the university is just go to lectures, you understand what they teach you, you write exam, and you pass. Do you understand? Yeah. So an average student, what is on his head is just, let me just pass the exam. But then they should not make it just be like, oh, it's just an exam based system. Yeah, there should be more. There should be more. I think we have the GSTs, yeah, there should be a lot of stuff that will come into the system to help us, and build these other skills. Communication skills. There are people in university that from day one till they graduate, they have not made more than 5 or 6 friends in their department. Yeah, there are people like that. There are people that cannot stand before their own colleagues and speak. So university system should help them and give them that avenue, should train them to be able to, get that well.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So the last question before we close, because time is not on our side anymore. Which industries should people look out to? Industries that are transitioning to skill-based hiring, because I like to think, yes, apart from the medical field, that's the part that you can't use what you know. That and that of the law space, you can't use what you can do. You have to use what you know at that particular point. Yes. So what other industries should they look towards and be aware of that? Yes, these people are transitioning into skill-based.
Okay. Yeah, the first will always be tech. Yeah, the second one should be AI. Yeah, and fintech also, fintech, and anything construction and training trades. Yes, marketing. Yes, marketing, and maybe any entrepreneurial sector of anything like that. Businesses. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what will be your parting words for our viewers?
Okay. What I have to say is, as a young person striving to finish maybe the university, yeah, degree is also good. Somebody said you should not say school is scam, school is scam. Say until you have gone to school, make sure you have the certificate before you see that. Yeah, so you should go to school, but that the school, going to school should not stop you from getting skills. Yes, anytime you are on break or even in the university, you can always create time for yourself. There are skills that you don't need to physically be there to learn. You can use the YouTube and your night times to actually build those skills. For example, I started editing videos in 200 level. Yeah, so it's something that is on YouTube. You can be building it while you are still in school, and maybe immediately you're out of school, you can start applying and getting other gigs. Yeah, so please don't just limit yourself to degree. Build yourself. There are no excuses, and get a skill and master it and become competent in it. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you, David. This was a very educating session here with you. And for me, I was really, enlightened more about this. And maybe for me, who is already in the media field, I think I should look at how to, upskill myself here in the media field also. So thank you very much for coming. It was
Thank
nice
you for
having you
having
here
me.
on Dateline.
Thank you.
And this is the part where we draw the curtain for today here on Dateline. Till I come again with another topic, I remain Dorcas Chia. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. Download the Housing TV app on Google Play Store and Apple Store, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep watching Housing TV Africa and have a lovely day. Bye for now.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.